So I jumped out of the building, walked around the back of the store. It's like 3 or 4 stores bunked together off the highway exit. It's you come onto the ramp and there's a little thing, drive around, big old parking lot, few stores all in like a little circle or whatever. So I went and sat in front of it, sat it for a few hours, people coming and going. It's cool. Went in to buy water, man. Bottles of water like $20-$40 pesos. I was like, oh. That's when I realized the difference between pesos and American money. I'm like, okay. Bought some water. I started walking again. Got some water, something to drink. I don't know, Mexico is very warm. It's not only very warm, very dry. So you do go through a lot of water running, walking. In some aspects of Mexico, man, the grass and plants on the side of the roads and stuff is so beautiful. The grass actually thinks it is thick. I mean, thick. Like our grass are pencil thin. They're wide, but they're thin. The damn plants in Mexico, man. Them grass blades actually got juice in them. I mean, you'd have to see it, man. It's crazy. I kept walking to Rociado, man. I was walking for like a day. And this one, I ended up at the beach. And I sat down, man. There was a little bitty tree. There was one little tree with a little shade on it. Right over this rock. I'm sitting there. And I had a couple incidences in Tijuana, and I'll tell you that later. But the one incident I remember, and it blew my brains back, man. This guy come up and literally asked me if he could have sex with me. I had Return of the Christ book. Only 2 books I brought with me to Mexico was my Aquarian Gospel of Jesus the Christ by Levi. And I bought Return of Christ by Animus Demonis. Yeah. I didn't even know what else to tell him, man. I broke it down about the male and female relationship. And he asked me, he said that he is married, but he loves men. I gave him the book, The Return Christ. I gave him the book, and I read him a few chapters. And I don't know, some woman pulled up in the truck, and that distracted him. And he went from dealing with me to dealing with her. So I was like, it's time for me to go. So I started walking again. I walked for like another half day. And I'm at this 3-way, 4-way. I mean, I see people on bikes with big old cloth bags full of leaves and stuff, like coca leaves or whatever, man. Hey, it's crazy out there. Big difference. So I was sitting around there, and it was dark time by then. And I was tired, man. I couldn't tell you how the big difference that was. When I got out of prison and I went to Mexico the first time, not only was I very strong and very rugged, but man, there was very few things that distracted me from my own thoughts and desires in life. I get a thought, man. It's hard to shake it. So I'm sitting there, and I don't know, it's like breaking dawn. Like 7, 8 in the morning, it's just getting daylight. Some guy in a van, I ain't gonna lie, he looked creepy as hell. But he offered to give me a ride to Rossville. So he finished, he gave me a ride to Rossville. He told me, after he let me out, that he has to go check with some guy, but he's gonna be here the next morning, and he's gonna pick me up from this McDonald's or Burger King, and he's gonna give me a ride to wherever I need to go. For one day wait is another day late, in my thoughts. For two, the guy didn't seem like, he had another motive or agenda to say. So as soon as he let me out, I kept walking. And by that time, once I got to the other side of Rossville, it was dark again.